I thought I'd escaped the past until the past showed up at my letterbox. My name is Leela Harper, and 6 months ago, life was simple. I worked weekdays at a cozy bookstore in Liverpool, came home to my small flat, drank tea, and read late into the night. It wasn't glamorous, but it was mine. That Tuesday morning changed everything. Among the usual mail, a parking ticket, utility bill, I spotted a thick cream envelope with my name written in Brandon's handwriting. Brandon Mitchell, my ex of 3 years, who left me 8 months ago for the wealthy socialite Jessica Worthington. My heart clenched as the reminder of how I wasn't enough. Inside, a wedding invitation. Their wedding. At Rosewood Garden Manor, a venue with £20,000 on the price tag. Handwritten note. Hope you'll join us, Leela. It would be special. Love, B and J. Dark humor coursed through me. This wasn't kindness. This was cruelty. A public spectacle meant to humiliate me? To parade their new life in front of my simple one? Days passed. I hid the invitation, but each time I saw it, I felt small. My best friend Anna said, "Don't go. Don't give them that power." But something inside me roared. Why should I hide? Why let them win? So I made a decision. I would go. Not for them, but for me.
2 weeks later, I met Ethan Sharp. A Thursday morning, I was running late to the store, grabbed my go-to latte, and bam! I collided with a man in a sleek navy suit. Coffee splattered. "Oh no, I'm so sorry," I gasped, mopping at his cuff. He raised a calm hand. "Really, it's fine." His voice was smooth, like honey on a cold day. He smiled. He had salt and pepper hair, soft brown eyes, and, despite his suit, no air of superiority. "I'm Ethan," he said. "You must be Leela." I stared. How did he know? But as he easily struck up conversation, I realized he did, somehow. Soon we were chatting in a corner booth, laughing. He asked about the bookstore. I told him how I wanted it to become more than a business. It could be a community hub for book lovers like me. That evening, he showed up at the bookstore, browsed Russian classics, bought a Woolf novel, then asked to take me to dinner. I agreed. He charmed his way into my world. He didn't belittle my small flat, my thrifted dress, my love for dust-covered pages. He heard me. A few nights later, I told him about the wedding. He flipped through the invitation, then quietly asked, "And you're going?" My heart stopped. I have to. It felt like a statement of self-respect. Ethan studied the card and said, "I want to go with you. Not to show off, but to remind you how extraordinary you are." I almost refused, pride, but I didn't. So he became my unexpected champion.
For 2 weeks, Ethan transformed my world. We shopped at boutiques, but he let me choose what I liked, not what screamed expensive. He hired a stylist who helped my hair and makeup amplify what I already had, a soulful, authentic glow. He whispered about my strength, the same qualities Brandon dismissed. I tried on a midnight blue gown, soft satin that hugged, sparkled, yet still felt me. At 22, I was boarding a limo with a stranger, someone who believed in my worth. When the limo pulled into Rosewood Garden Manor, gasps rippled. Garden gates, fluttering fairy lights, guests in designer wear. We slowed. I felt everyone turn to look at him, but then me on his arm. My heart thundered. We stepped out. I breathed in, then saw him.
Brandon, tux crisp, face as white as linen. Next to him, Jessica, perfect pearls, catwalk posture. They froze. It was their show, but I was the surprise. Not my intention, but it felt so damn satisfying. Inside the marquee, garden roses and ivory silk curtains. We took a seat. I saw the curious whispers, friendly smiles toward me. I felt pride, but deeper, relief. Then came the speech. Ethan stood and exhaled. Silence hushed. He began, "I don't usually speak at weddings, but tonight isn't just any wedding." He told them they'd met by chance, that Leela was a bookstore assistant with a love for literature, a voice for the voiceless, and a heart kinder than any clientele. Then he paused. "Fun fact, this estate is mine," gasps, "and tonight I want to give it back." He announced he donated the entire venue cost to a literacy charity in Leela's name. Shock, tears, smiles. Cameras flashed, Brandon's face bulldozed by regret.
After the formalities, people approached us. Old friends, surprised, congratulating. Strangers, curious, kind. I was not targeted. Brandon came up, shimmering with guilt. "Lila, I interrupted gently. You made sure I remembered my own worth. Thank you for that." He nodded dumbly, silence thick. Ethan guided us away. My joy glowed, silent and deep. I belonged in that space, not because of money or status, but because I traveled there in truth. As twilight fell, we danced under the fairy lights. I leaned into him, safe and seen. 3 months later, I closed the bookstore for a moment, stepped outside with a smile, and whispered, "Thank you." My world had grown richer, not with possessions, but with people who believed in me, especially me. I called Ethan later to ask if he'd continue walking beside me through every chapter. He said, "Just need your story and your heart."